this I think is great because I'm always like, let's check in on Andrew Cuomo. What is he up to? Oh, he's hiding in shame. Andrew Cuomo is hiding in shame. He is running out there in the Hamptons. Andrew Cuomo hiding in shame but plotting to return to politics. Oh, really? How would he do that? How would he possibly do that? This is coming to you straight out of Southampton. In just 1 year, Andrew Cuomo has gone from being the most powerful governor in the country and at one time the ubiquitous hero of the 2020 pandemic. God, whoever thought that? Only idiots are in the Hamptons. I think he's ashamed. He's embarrassed and he doesn't want to deal with the questions and the looks and responses he might get. He's a bit of a hermit. Kara Hinton, who was Cuomo's press secretary from 95 to 99 and has accused him of an unwanted sexual advance, told the Post. So why is this woman talking to the press on his I guess, I guess she can't let go. Other sources say that any shame he may have stems from more of the anger he feels about losing his job unfairly, he believes. And so he'd rather lose it poorly. He fucked up the pandemic response than the sexual harassment. Got it. He didn't want to lose it over groping women. But did he want to lose his job over killing a bunch of people? I don't know. He feels it was unfair. He regrets not fighting for it harder. They also speculated it's fueling Cuomo from the public eye. Yeah, no, he's possibly come back at the end of his grope. That's great. I love the Post. He won't show his face anywhere, a longtime Hampshire who knows the Cuomo family said last week. Chris Cuomo's disgraced younger about all the time. Matt Lauer did grosser things, and you see him around all the time. I guess all these people go to the Hamptons. That's where they disappear to. But not Andrew. The feeling is that he has a lot of shame over what happened, and he's hiding. Yeah, he was writing a book. He was flying high. That's what these politicians, when they feel like they're untouchable, they act like nothing can ever bring them down. Although Cuomo, 64, has in campaign finance money and insiders say he hasn't given up on politics, he's also still officially homeless after leaving the executive mansion in Albany where he lived for 11 years. Damn, 11 years? That's too fun. For much of his time in office, he also lived in a really? He lived in Westchester? Did you know that Andrew Cuomo lived in Westchester? He lived in a Westchester home with his then girlfriend, Sandra Lee. Cuomo announced August 4th, 2021, after a sexual harassment report from the New York Attorney General's office that had him facing impeachment. But an upstate district attorney's office dropped any criminal investigation. Shouldn't he be happy for that? Insiders say the former governor resents what happened to him and regrets not staying and fighting for his job, although his impeachment seemed to be a done deal. As Governor Cuomo has always said, he did not sexually harass anyone, and 5 different district attorneys who independently reviewed the allegations refused to move forward against him. At the same time, the AG submitted evidence of the perjury, blackmail, witness tampering, and inconsistent testimony in his sham probe. Cuomo spokesman as a party told the Post. Are these women he molested? These analysts on the left accused Cuomo of sexually harassing her while she worked in. I would just say, don't work for any politician. Don't work for anyone with possibly getting sexually harassed. Just be accepted as part of the job. It's part of being a woman in the workforce. That hits the spot. Okay. Fox meteorologist Janice Dean on the right said Cuomo thinks of himself as the victim in his scandals, as all narcissists do. Cuomo insiders told the Post that Andrew splits his time between the Hamptons, where he crashes with his brother Chris in Sag Harbor, or with longtime pal Dr. Jeffrey Sachs in Southampton, Westchester, where his sister Maria Cuomo Cole lives, and Manhattan, where he stays. So he's bumping around the Hamptons, Manhattan, Westchester. He's not destitute. It's not he's not on the street performing for change. It's like he's bouncing around. Stays with relatives or friends. Sounds like he's having a great summer. He's also been seeing a 50-ish woman who lives in the Southampton area, the Post is told. But except for a few brief sightings, hanging with his old friend Billy Joel at his waterfront Hamptons estate over the July 4th weekend. Or, yeah, he's having a summer. Or reportedly helping a stalled motorist in East Hampton last week. He's been MIA this summer. I mean, are you really MIA when you're rich enough and you can afford to have everything brought to you by other people? He's like hiding in a gas station or something. Although he did tweet a surprising dig at the Department of Justice on August 9th, trashing them for the raid at Mar-a-Lago, the home of his longtime nemesis Donald Trump. Whose house is this? Is this oh, this is Chris's house here. Chris Cuomo. Wasn't seen much before that either, except for what happened, what appeared to be carefully curated appearances like dining out in Manhattan with Mayor Eric Adams or speaking out at churches in Brooklyn and the Bronx. Yeah, he's having a summer. He doesn't really need. He has enough money to live. Like, why would he need to be doing anything? Insiders say he is not likely to go into the May focus on another state, city, or congressional political run. No, that's not going to happen. I think he's just saying that to seem like not like such a loser right now. As the party pushed back against the idea that Cuomo is hiding out in shame. Anyone saying, is he hiding or is he just living like a regular rich person? Like he doesn't need to be in the public eye all the time. Anyone saying that doesn't know Andrew Cuomo. He said he's living his best life, speaks up when he has something to say. And whenever he's out and about, he's mobbed by New Yorkers who appreciate his contributions and can't believe what happened to him. Because he's out in the Hamptons with other rich people who probably like their lives are not really affected very much by bad leaders. And rich people, rich people just want to kiss the asses of other rich elites. That's all it is. It's celebrity stuff. A veteran Democratic operative who worked for both Andrew and his father, three-term New York Governor Mario Cuomo, compared Cuomo and his circle to a club of Disney villains. Look, he's just like you. He fishes on a yacht. Us. SAG Club. Just living, just hiding out at the Sag Harbor Yacht Club. Melissa DeRosa was the ice queen, the operative said of Cuomo's longtime powerful top aide. Andrew, oh my God, bees are landing on me. Andrew was Jafar, the evil guy from Aladdin, who's been brainwashed, who's been banished to the Cave of Wonders, spending all his time trying to come back. This is his life now. It's what he goes to bed thinking about. He's plotting and planning to reemerge. He's keeping score on everything. Yeah, because these narcissists, they be the center of attention. There's no, he's not like thinking about what he did wrong. He's like, oh, how out in the public eye? How can I be famous again? But that scares some of the women who say he sexually harassed them. I'm still afraid of him. Anna List told the Post. Now 36, she worked in the governor's office for 2 years as a policy aide before leaving in 2015 and was the third woman to accuse him of sexual harassment last year. 8 more women would eventually come forward with similar accusations. Oh, he's also dined at Manhattan hotspots with Mayor Eric Adams. There's something nefarious and American psycho and borderline personality about him. Of course, you don't get into politics of sound mind and you're, comfortable with yourself. I'm afraid for it to negatively impact my career. Even to this day, I have to fight feelings of waking up because I will pay a price for it, she said. At one point, I even wondered if I should move up to Wyoming to get out from under the shadow. He's not really he's not a people person. He only wants to be around people who say yes to him, says Hinton, who wrote a book, Penis Politics, in which this is a real book. Penis Politics. I'm going to read this. I'm putting this on my summer reading list. In which she accused Cuomo of bullying and sexual harassment. Unlike Andrew, his younger brother Chris, 52, has been out since being fired from his reported $6 million per year anchor perch at CNN. Wow, CNN's really collapsing. Chris is out. Now Brian Stelter is out. The whole thing should just implode. And he lost his job after it came out that he advised Andrew during his sexual misconduct scandal. Also covered for him a ton. Oh, this is a picture. He showed up at God's Battalion of Prayer Church in Brooklyn in March saying God isn't finished with me yet. Okay. Okay. You want a prize for showing up at a church once? He drives his pickup truck most mornings from his isolated bayfront compound outside Sag Harbor. Yeah, he's really roughing it. Where Andrew is get off the grindstone on Main Street or Jack Stir. Yeah, it doesn't sound like he's in hiding if he's out getting coffee. Chris, who launched a and will join News Nation and anchor this fall. Oh, really? Oh, that's a mega downgrade. Also, often at the Sag Harbor boatyard where he keeps his boat, but despite Andrew's recent photo of the two brothers out fishing, a boatyard worker says he rarely sees the disgraced ex-governor. I mean, he worked. I don't think the type of person who's working at a boatyard really like is keeping track of like I don't know. I think you're not going to be like as concerned with like celeb sightings. Maybe he just doesn't care or he's not looking. Still, the man is not in hiding. The man knows exactly what he's doing. Friend, the Reverend Alfred Cockfield II, whose East Flatbush Church is where the former governor made his first post-resignation public appearance last March, railing about he'd been a victim of cancel culture. Oof. I miss the good old days when you could sexually harass consequences. Ups and downs. This is a long article. Downs, we've been friends through it all, Cockfield added. You may not see a lot of him, but it's only because he's figuring out his next move. He's resilient. I would not count that man out. Indeed, Cuomo scored a big win last week when an Albany County court ruled that a now defunct state ethics watchdog overstepped his authority by ordering him to surrender the 5.1 million he received from a controversial book deal inked while he was still in office. Oh, that's the book where he like made all of his secretaries like write it for him. Like Cuomo was strong, and a lot of people liked that. Basil Smickel, the former executive director of the state Democratic Party, told the Post, "I don't see that in Kathy Hochul. Ugh, nobody likes Hochul. Not everyone wants to admit it now, but he was there for an awful lot of people during the worst of COVID, and it meant a lot to them." Yeah, I just feel like that was his job. Oh, this is Fox News meteorologist Janice Dean has demanded an investigation into former Governor Andrew Cuomo controversial. Yeah, independent bipartisan subpoena power into the nursing home deaths. Yeah, they want people to forget about that. Oh, this is Billy Joel's house where he stayed for 4th of July. This is in Sag Harbor. Look at all the boat floats attached to the house. Billy Joel. It's good to be friends with Billy Joel. Some of the people, including a female Democratic Party activist of more than 50 years, said she remains a fierce supporter of Cuomo. But I remember after he lost his hair salon in White Plains, and these ladies were so they were like we love Cuomo. Like not that they came off harassment, but they were kind of like, big deal. So he touched a few girls. Get over it. They didn't think he should have lost his job over that. Sure, he can be a bastard, she said. I don't care. Who is this saying? This is a female Democratic Party activist. What's her name though? Oh, she didn't go on record. A bastard, she said. I don't care. He saved people's lives during that pandemic. Whoa, how brainwashed do you have to be to actually feel that way? He was out getting beds. He flew to confront Trump. Man, how brainwashed can you be? He kept the morale of the world up during a time. I had friends texting me from overseas telling me that he was their lifeline. I think he was set up and taken out. That may be. That may be. But if he was like motivating you during the pandemic, you're fucking out of touch. He's a politician. You shouldn't be looking to politicians like to wholly and fully motivate you. Others are disgusted by the decision to let Cuomo keep the money from the book and by what they see as a lack of remorse and contrition for his notorious handling of the nurse. Yes, he never really apologized for that. Of the nursing home deaths from COVID. Oh, this is Jeffrey Sachs. While developer Andrew Farkas with Ashley Mayland Harris with the former governor in his house. All right, who cares? These are his friends. We understood the lifetime pandemic, said Janice Dean, a senior meteorologist at the Fox News channel who lost both her elderly in laws to COVID as a result of what she termed Cuomo's killer nursing home order. His March of 2020 policy sent COVID positive patients into nursing homes for 45 days. Yeah, this isn't like, oops, once in a lifetime pandemic. Nobody knew what to do. It's like, no, you let this go on for 45 straight days. This is the result of many conscious bad decisions on his part. He thought the hospitals were going to be overrun. He didn't have a place to put this. We get that. Had he just been talked to us, he would have forgiven we would have forgiven him, but instead he capitalized on his popularity book and won an Emmy. What fucking idiot would give him an Emmy for his barely doing his job during the pandemic? But to this day, he's never apologized, Dean told the Post. I think it is really a psychological trait of his that he doesn't apologize. Yes, this is what narcissists do. They don't apologize. He seems to think nothing he did is a mistake and everyone else is to blame. He is the victim here, both of the nursing home deaths and the allegations. Yeah, man, this is classic narcissism. Democratic Assemblyman Ron Kim, whose uncle died of corona in a nursing home, was famously on the receiving end of the Cuomo temper in February of 2021 after he said the then governor called him at home and threatened to destroy him. See, these people are fucking mentally ill. Like, they don't actually care if they're doing a good job. It's just they do what they have to do to stay in power. If he didn't help contain the damage over the administration's cover up of the nursing home deaths. Oh, okay. He would destroy him if he didn't help cover it up. If he'd recognized mistakes were made and come clean, the public would have forgiven him, Kim told the Post last week. Instead, he lied and covered it up. He wanted to control the narrative and his image. Yep, absolutely. That's what happened. Ugh. A longtime Cuomo advisor who also knew Andrew's father, three-term Governor Mario Cuomo, said that his sometimes threatening persona is how he was able to push through key legislation such as legalizing gay marriage, raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour, and a number of tough gun control laws. Sometimes threatening persona. One person's bully is another person's hero, the longtime advisor told the Post. Dramatic, crushing sense. Oh man, my neck is sweating. Hold on. There's a crushing sense of where he was and how it ended for good and bad. Yeah, this is a man who wants to control every aspect of his public image, and it ended no control over. For good and bad, the success and failures of Andrew Cuomo are wed together intimately. He has a certain kind of personality that allows him to get big things done. Yeah, vaguely threatening, someone said. He's also capable of self reflection and changing course. Yeah, but is he doing that? He's done so before. He hasn't been taken down by this, and he is not hanging his head in shame. I'm confident he'll be back. All associates of his and public relations that he's out into the world being like, hey, can you speak well about me? Can you on my behalf go out and be like, oh, he's capable of change, oh, it's just personality, oh, well, he's been hiding in shame. It's like, no, he's just ordering these people out to speak well of him, to chum the water, see what the reception is, to see if he can make a comeback. Politics is fucking gross. Like, nobody good is trying to get into politics. The people who should be in power don't seek it. This guy was a textbook example of Icarus flying too close to the sun, the veteran Democratic Party operative told the Post. He was flying so high, fucking narcissist. On TV every day, he goes national. People are calling themselves Cuomo-sexuals. The zeitgeist hates Trump, and they're running for president. Oh, yeah. This guy thought he was untouchable. But he gets too close to the sun, knowing he has tremendous weaknesses, a bad relationship with the press, and with his peers in state government, and even on the federal level. When you run into a problem in government, your friends in the government will give you some runway to work it out. But when you only make enemies and you have no friends, you've got no runway. He hit the sun and blazed out. Yeah, because he's a narcissist. That's why he does friends in government. Like the article just said, he only has yes people around him. A number of people interviewed by the Post for the story knew Mario Cuomo as well as Andrew. If his dad were alive, the first thing he did was that he loves him. Who cares? Said another Democratic Party veteran, politician, and civic leader who worked with both Cuomos. And he'd tell him to focus on the future in an intelligent way. Do something intelligent for the people and forget about the past. Lucky for him, he still has his 90-year-old mother, Matilda. She is. You shouldn't be getting advice from anybody 90 years old. She is always positive and upbeat and supportive. A source said that Andrew has always had big shoes to fill when it came to his father. Now in exile from the public life, he is literally wearing his pop's shoes. Oh God, he walks in his father's shoes. I've seen it. He said, they're black wingtip shoes. They give him. Oh God, what a freaking puff piece! This is a fluff. This is a fluff job right here. That's so sad. That's like, I almost regret reading through this whole freaking article. He's hiding in shame. Please forgive Andrew Cuomo. He's the victim. Ugh. Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.